Hello again, and this afternoon the kick-off match looks at the top three teams in the country. From Anfield, we've Liverpool against Crystal Palace, lying first and third respectively in the First Division yesterday morning. And there's Manchester United, who is sandwiched in between. They were away to Coventry City.
Terry turning against Gillespie. The cross. Oh, an open goal chance for Liverpool.
And that's one of three matches we have for you this afternoon. But we start at Anfield and the reigning league champions Liverpool against last season's second division champions Crystal Palace, who've quickly established themselves as one of the most promising young teams in the country under the leadership of Terry Venables, whose undoubted talents were recognised this week by the American club New York Cosmos, who offered him £1 million to manage their star-studded team. So before we join our match commentator Gerald Sinstadt, let's hear from Venables on the Liverpool team he admires so much.
Well, the outstanding side that of the last 10 years in this country, undoubtedly. They've got so many good individuals. They've got such a roaring from the crowd which spurs them on. And I should imagine everybody up in Liverpool are very, very proud of them. I know I would be.
Who are the individuals that really impress you?
Well, they all impress me. I mean, it's good to see one or two newer faces like Hansen, who wants to play football from the back. And he's quite an exciting young fella. And of course, Dalglish. And McDermott, these boys they're so fluid in their game. They don't play in their little holes where most teams, want to play in their own positions. They play all over the park, which makes it that much more difficult to stop them playing.
Are you looking forward to the game then?
That's right, I am. I've got a nice comfortable seat and I'm looking forward to it immensely, yeah.
And Crystal Palace bring with them an agility act that you won't see bettered in many Christmas circuses. Goalkeeper John Burridge, familiar of course in the northwest from the 4.5 years that he spent at Blackpool. And he's the last line of a very watertight defence. They've conceded only 4 goals in the last 8 games. 3 internationals in midfield with the 2 youngsters, Jerry Murphy of Era and Peter Nicholas of Wales, flanking the former England skipper Gerry Francis. But the front line still lacks leading scorer Mike Flanagan. He's recovered from the injury that's kept him out for a couple of games, but Terry Venables has decided not to change the side that beat Nottingham Forest last week. This is Vince Hilaire, one of 8 members of the side who have played in every game for Palace this season. And this is Kenny Sansom, surely to establish himself as England's left-back for some time to come. Michael Peck from Doncaster is today's referee and schoolmaster and a former secretary of the Lancashire Referees Association. Crystal Palace attacking the Kop goal in an all-white strip with the diagonal band across the shirts. That's Francis to Sansom and now to Cannon, the skipper. That's a bad ball. Can't afford to do that against Liverpool. Johnson tries one early and sends Burridge diving to his left. David Johnson, so much on the mark this season. Hinchelwood. Swindlehurst's header for Walsh. Murphy robbed. Ray Kennedy along the line for Johnson. Dalglish is in the middle. It's a 2-man attack, but McDermott is coming. Johnson to Dalglish. Support from Souness and from Ray Kennedy. And plenty of men out to his right. Tries the shot, which is deflected off Sansom for the first corner of the game. 1 minute exactly gone. The view from behind John Burridge's goal as he sets out to organise his defence for this corner. Alan Hansen up there by the near post. And Dalglish's corner hit deep and wide. McDermott plays it back to Neal. And it comes to the back man, Thompson. Alan Kennedy sweeping it on to Dalglish. Alan Kennedy again. And Kennedy's shot well held by Burridge. But Alan Kennedy was looking there for his first goal of the season and came very close to it with a tremendous right foot whack, but well saved by Burridge. Jim Cannon is up front. It's Nicholas, Swindlehurst, Crystal Palace get a free kick, and it's only about 8 or 10 yards outside the Liverpool penalty area. 3-4 in the wall, with Kenny Dalglish on the left as we look at the picture, then Neil, McDermott and Ray Kennedy. And any team that Terry Venables manages can be expected to pose a few problems for a wall and a goalkeeper wondering what's coming. Francis, and Nicholas's shot goes over. It's Peter Nicholas, scored once this season. It's very windy out there, you can see the way Nicholas's hair is blowing. And Clements under pressure from Swindlehurst. Neil. Dalglish running right across the edge of the penalty area to come for the pass. Cannon nipped in, but Dalglish has made the header. Turned in again and chased by Souness, who's taken it away from Burridge, but into the side netting for a goal kick. Graham Souness whipped in there very smartly as Burridge was coming for it. Ball played in and deflected, and as Burridge comes, Souness is there before him but can't cut it back. Murphy. Alan Kennedy. Francis for Hilaire. Dalglish. Neil. Johnson turned, but the ball didn't come with him. Still manages to set it up for Alan Kennedy. Dalglish, Alan Kennedy has gone for the return. It's a back heel, beautifully played and put out for a corner, but there was pressure on there with a lovely little bit of play by Liverpool to get themselves into the 6-yard area. Played through by Alan Kennedy. Dalglish stops it and back heels it, and Alan Kennedy is in, and it has to be turned away for the corner. Dalglish now waiting to take the corner. Header has come down to Souness. Hilaire wins it. Walsh just ahead of him, and out there Nicholas. And Nicholas playing it on for Walsh. Offside, and the end of a promising looking move for Crystal Palace. Good quick open play with some long passes, but used the space as well. Header on by Johnson will go right through to Burridge. Peter Nicholas, 5 caps for Wales. Francis under pressure from Ray Kennedy. Gilbert. Walsh. Swindlehurst to his right. A good tackle by Thompson. Alan Kennedy. Poor pass after he'd intercepted well. Neil. Case. Souness forced to check back, but he's still got the pass through to Dalglish, who's fouled by Cannon. Cannon included in the Scotland squad for the game against Belgium next Wednesday, where he could well find himself playing with Kenny Dalglish. Nicholas on the right of that wall as Burridge looks at it. Hilaire next to him, then Francis, and then Murphy. They are from the front, with Phil Neal going in to cause a problem or two. Case, hammer, and well saved indeed by Burridge. When Jimmy Case hits those, a goalkeeper needs to be quick and athletic. And Case really did hit it very hard, past the wall, and Burridge saved very well. Cannon doing the organising and directing. Case to take the corner. Only Clements in the Liverpool half. Corner towards Ray Kennedy's head. And it looked as though it was on for a goal, but Phil Thompson's side foot didn't work. They really hadn't picked him up in the penalty area though. Ray Kennedy comes in on this header, and nobody has spotted Thompson. Look at the space he had. Just couldn't hook it back far enough. Sanson. Nicholas. Swindlehurst. Fell over his own feet. Case. Harassed by Nicholas. Palace number 4. Case is wriggled away from him down that line. Dermot's cross driven low, and Johnson has it taken off his toe by Murphy, who slipped and lost it to McDermott again. Now Johnson! Doesn't that face tell a story? He thought he'd got one then, and really he should have done. McDermott hit it over low after Murphy had slipped. This is McDermott playing the low ball over now, and Johnson just with the side foot. Burridge hadn't a price. Johnson there harassing, and Francis gets in. Dalglish, a quick little flick that got the throw in. Ray Kennedy, Alan Kennedy. Up to Ray Kennedy again. Right foot cross. Dalglish's head. Johnson, the scissors kick. Dalglish in. Burridge out. And Burridge won. And then cleared by Sansom, who stepped in very fast to clear up the last of the danger. Burridge is still down, and I think in a bit of trouble, holding his shin. He was very quick out there to thwart Kenny Dalglish. There's the header across from Dalglish, and that's the overhead effort by Johnson, and Dalglish in so quickly, Burridge out equally quickly, and Sansom very swift to dribble away from danger and clear. Hinchelwood. Francis. Went out. Johnson wanting to get the game going quickly again. Alan Kennedy, Souness, Dalglish. 4 white shirts closed round him. But Souness sets Liverpool going forward again through Neil. And Case. Dalglish had got a bit of space and was calling for a pass. I don't know whether Souness can find him. He tried, and Dalglish got the header in almost literally under Hinchelwood's nose. Souness knew where Dalglish was, and in he went for the header, but it was fairly easy for Burridge. It's turned down by Walsh to Murphy. Now Francis, who's robbed by Case. Neil. Case. Dalglish bounced off him to Murphy. Walsh robbed by Hansen. Dalglish. Ray Kennedy went for Johnson and could well find him still. Resists the pressure from Hinchelwood. Brings in Alan Kennedy. Dalglish wants it to his feet. Alan Kennedy looking for a goal. And I think that... I thought Burridge had got a touch to that, but the indication from the referee is a goal kick. Burridge's goal kick. Hansen's header. Cannon. Alan Kennedy. And Dalglish is onto this. Got a toe to it. Tried to lift it over Burridge. It was a very difficult manoeuvre he was trying to execute there. Walsh. Hilaire hitting it first time. Swindlehurst chasing it. Alan Kennedy the defender. In quickly. Palace throw. Young Jerry Murphy. First half now going into the time that Mr. Peck will add on, and it could well be something between 2 and 3 minutes. Hilaire. Case. Johnson to McDermott, and now they're on the move. McDermott to Dalglish, Ray Kennedy outside him. Dalglish's control was marvellous there as he hooked that down, but the defenders are back, but still there might be a way through. No, Hinchelwood has cleared it, only as far as Neil. Forward come Liverpool once more. Souness. There are four men in the middle, if Johnson can find one with a cross. Case with the header. Oh, what a beauty it was too! Jimmy Case. Well, they kept working patiently, and you felt that sooner or later it had to happen. Johnson plays the cross, a flick with the head by Case, and it has beaten Burridge all ends up. Jimmy Case's third goal of the season puts Liverpool 1-0 in front in the time that is added on just before the interval. So France is now for Palace. Cannon. This is the 11th time in league and cup games that Palace have played Liverpool, and they've only beaten them once, and they go in here at half-time a goal down, a goal scored just a matter of 30 seconds or so ago by Jimmy Case. More action to come in a few moments. Join us again then. Welcome back to Anfield, where Liverpool will attack the Kop goal in the second half. Just reflecting on what Terry Venables said in the opening to our programme about Liverpool being the outstanding team of the 70s, it really is astonishing as we approach the end of the decade to realise that Liverpool have lost here at Anfield only 13 times in the 10 years in all competitions. Nearly 300 games. Sansom now for Palace. Francis. Cannon. Billy Gilbert. Ball bobbled a bit then and he played a bad pass. McDermott didn't find his man either. Murphy. Thompson. Case. Dermot has gone up ahead of him. Cannon under pressure from Case and he was fouled. Mr. Peck right on the spot again. Hansen meets the free kick. Dermot to Case. Now Neil. Hinchelwood's header, and he follows it in himself. Nicholas. It's a bad one. Case. Neil. Cannon covering behind Sansom, whose header wasn't very good, and keeping it in play. Now Sansom with Souness coming in hard. Blocked the clearance. Dalglish has lost Sansom very cleverly, but has in the end to be content with a corner because Nicholas got back to block as he tried to turn it inside. Hinshelwood on the near post. Francis just behind Burridge there. Case to take the corner. That was by Johnson. Clearance by Francis. Back in again by Hansen. Cannon heading it straight up in the air. Dalglish challenging. Gilbert there. Dalglish trying to smuggle his way through. And then chip it away from Burridge. What an astonishing goal by Kenny Dalglish. A mixture of cheek and genius. There really didn't seem a goal on there. He's battling away with 1, 2, 3 players round him and still manages to beat John Burridge as he plunges across. Oh, that was some goal. And Kenny Dalglish's smile was a smile to warm a cold winter's day. So that's 2-0. And the second half, not yet 4 minutes on. Well, Terry Venables said after Palace had beaten Forest last week that the visit to Anfield would tell them how much progress they'd made, and they are now finding out that there are standards that they still have to match. Kenny Sansom may a bit of muscle trouble. He doesn't seem to be moving too freely at the moment. Gilbert to went for Hilaire, but it didn't find him. Dalglish. Kennedy. Sinis was completely free there, and Sansom has not been very quick getting back. Burridge beats it down, but there was a foul given, and I think Sansom indeed may be in a bit of trouble. Up a bit in the wind, that high one from Clements. Murphy. Souness. Dermot. No chance for Case. Sansom. Nicholas reacted a bit angrily there to a foul by Case. Is going to have words with both of them. Case was certainly late with the challenge, and Nicholas didn't like it and allowed his displeasure to provoke him into a retaliation. Free kick, quite rightly, Crystal Palace's. Souness, bad throw in. Dalglish. Johnson was onside. McDermott has gone into the middle. Case is coming at the back. Oh, saved by the goalkeeper's legs when it looked as though we were in for a classic Liverpool goal. Terry McDermott thwarted by a good bit of goalkeeping at the end of a marvellous move. Long, fast, determined run here by Johnson. Turned across perfectly for McDermott. And as he went to his left, Burridge got his legs in the way. Thompson's header deflected. Corner. There really is a danger here that Liverpool could run absolutely riot, and Palace could be given a lesson that would really make them wonder about life at the top of the First Division. Case with the corner. Dummy by Johnson. Souness's shot. Very deliberate. The flick up, the volley. But it was just inches too high. When your luck's out, your luck's out. And that's how it's been with Souness's shooting this season. Souness to Kennedy, Ray Kennedy that is. Now it's Dalglish. And he's gone through the tackle by Gilbert this time. Neil. Case. McDermott tries the shot. And it really is almost turning into a shooting in session. Palace finding it difficult in this half to get over the halfway line. The attacks build up, Liverpool come forward, somebody has a go, and if it breaks down, it's not long before they're coming forward again. Dermot on the end of that last one, and now Burridge to take the goal kick. Blair, Murphy, Dalglish, here we go again. Characteristic pass from Dalglish. Gilbert. Hansen. I'm sure Ray Clements will welcome the opportunity to keep warm that Alan Hansen has given him. Header. Nicholas challenged by Johnson. Souness. Alan Kennedy. Dalglish just drifting away from Gilbert. Dermot. Jimmy Case. Neil had been running around looking for a pass, and when it came, he slid but still got the corner off Cannon. The fourth one of this half, making 11 in all for Liverpool, reflection of their territorial superiority. Corner hit just a little too hard, but Johnson has collected it and given it to McDermott. McDermott looking for a shot at goal again. Francis, Murphy. Again, Murphy again. But Palace have found that their midfield has been stifled, and when they've tried to hit the long ball, it's been difficult to control it in the wind. And in any case, the Liverpool back four have dealt very confidently. The two benches there, on the left the Liverpool bench with Ronnie Moran doing the pointing, Terry Venables in the sheepskin collared coat on the right bench. Cannon. Souness. Ray Kennedy. Nobody guarding him over there, and they're all now streaming into the middle. Johnson and McDermott. And McDermott gets it. Came out of nothing and put away with clinical simplicity. Burridge bewildered, and well he might be. They gave Ray Kennedy so much space, and look at those three red shirts steaming in. Either of these two could have had the goal, and it was McDermott who claimed it. So that now is 3-0. Terry McDermott, his 8th goal of the season. And just a little bit more than a quarter of the game remaining. You see this measure of superiority that Liverpool have over the third place team in the division, it makes you wonder about the gap between them and the rest. But it was good to see Terry McDermott get his reward, because he's set off on so many runs in this game. Gilbert. Hansen left Gilbert on the seat of his pants. He's fouled Dalglish. Hansen has gone on. McDermott is there. In comes Case. Here comes number 4. No! Cleared off the line after it had been blocked by Burridge. Hinchelwood who made the last clearance. Here we come again. Dalglish. Dalglish's shot blocked. But you feel that it's now only the skin of their teeth that sticks between Crystal Palace and another Tottenham Hotspur. Meanwhile, let's see again the incident where Liverpool came so close to their fourth. McDermott gets a toe to it, and out here is Case with only Burridge between him and a goal. Burridge's left hand beats the ball down, and Hinchelwood slides in to complete the clearance. There. Sansom away from Case's challenge. There. And Sansom was there but disappointed. It's Hilaire, who sparkled a bit in the first half but has struggled in this second half in common with all his team. Now Swindlehurst, chance to run and shoot, and a save for Clements to make, which he does very competently on the edge of the 6-yard area. Ray Kennedy for Dalglish. McDermott, the 1-2, Dalglish in, and Burridge saves. Dalglish tried to side-foot it underneath Burridge, but the goalkeeper was down too quickly. Dalglish put in very neatly here with the 1-2 with McDermott, and then tries to hit it under Burridge and doesn't succeed. There's a foul by Hansen, and it could get him a yellow card. Certainly going to get him a talking to. Murphy was the player brought down, and Mr. Peck shows the yellow card. Hasn't been a dirty game, but that was eminently the kind of foul which gets punished with a caution. Free kick by Francis, caught in front of his face by Clements. Case. Souness. Swindlehurst putting on a burst of acceleration. And Nicholas tries the shot, which hits the bar. That's the best effort so far from Palace, turned across then by Hilaire, and it's still in play, and Swindlehurst has reached it, but only with a foul on Alan Kennedy. But that was certainly some shot. Peter Nicholas it is who hits it. He has a lot of room as Hansen goes to close him down too late, and Clements' jump was nowhere. Well, back in September, Crystal Palace were top of the First Division for the first time in the club's history. But I think that matters have been put in perspective a bit here this afternoon. After this game, they are going to be 5 points behind Liverpool, having played a game more than the Merseysiders. We're into the time that Mr. Peck is adding on. We haven't actually had any stoppages in this half, so we must be very near the end now, as McDermott looks for Ray Kennedy. He's come right across to Neil. Case, two of them there, and Liverpool penalised for backing in when they thought that the free kick should have been there. Well, I'm not sure they weren't asking for handball there. Douglas to Gilbert. And there's the final whistle. A game that in the end finished quietly, but a game that was settled just after half-time when Kenny Dalglish scored that absolutely astonishing goal, the kind of goal you feel that almost he alone could have scored. It led to another from McDermott, and Liverpool very comfortable winners in fine style without really having to exert themselves over the last 20 minutes. 3-0.
Terry, you've described Liverpool as the team of the 70s. After that performance, I guess you've seen nothing to make you change your opinion.
No, nothing at all. It's an underestimation to say they're a good side, isn't it? I mean, you just mentioned that they've lost 13 games here in 10 years, which is quite fantastic, really. But even when they're not playing well, they work so hard to make things happen for themselves, you know. I think the 2 goals, one was I think he tried to flick it on, which went in the net, and the second one was a deflection. But that's not, you know, that happens too often for them to say, well, it's lucky, because they work at it and make them get lots of people in the box and put you continually under pressure.
They came at a bad time for you, too, those 2 goals.
Yeah, they got a goal just before half-time and just after half-time. I think there must have been only seconds when they scored their first goal. If we'd have gone to half-time 0-0, I think, and we'd have started believing ourselves a bit more in the second half, I think it would have been better, because a lot of these boys have not played here before, and it's a bit of an ordeal for them to come here and play. But I thought they did very well first half, and second half we was very disappointed, really.
But how did they feel when it was all over?
Well, they're just thoughtful. We just spoke about it and just, you know, what they think, and there was several different opinions on what they think. Once they've played here once, perhaps it'll be all right in the future.
Once Liverpool had got in front, it did seem as though it was just impossible to get back at them.
Well, we didn't really get the chance to find out any different, because after they scored a goal, as I said, it was half-time. They scored straight after half-time, which was 2. Now we've got to press forward, which again is fatal, because you're going to leave spaces for them to break into, and of course they will punish you, which they didn't do in the first half. They didn't have any spaces to run into.
What do you think Liverpool's strength revolves around?
The whole club. I think the whole club, the whole city is just so enthusiastic. I should think the backroom staff here motivate them all week and make them work very hard to be what they are, and then as soon as they come out here, the rest of the city take over and say, now we're going to help you do the rest. And they respond to that, and they do fantastically well. You
didn't at any time sit on the bench this afternoon thinking that perhaps you ought to have been in New York after all?
No, I always like watching Liverpool and Crystal Palace.
Well, now let's hear the Liverpool view, first from the man who rounded off what was a very comfortable victory against Crystal Palace, Terry McDermott.
I think we've been playing like that most of the season, actually. Even when we were getting beaten, scraping 0-0 draws as a starter of the season, I think we were playing well, but the ball just wasn't going in the back of the net. Now, you know, we're scoring 2 or 3 goals every week now, and you know, it looks as though that we can go on and win the championship. But having said that, it's never going to be easy, you know. But I think Manchester United are going to be our main contenders, as they've won again today. But having said that, I think we can go on to win it, but we can only lose it. I think that's the main threat.
What about yourself? You seem to me to make an awful lot of runs today without actually getting the ball, but in the end it paid off.
It's been greedy buggers like Kenny Dalglish. They just won't pass you, you know. They keep scoring goals and just won't pass you. But joking apart, obviously that's what I'm there for, to make runs, decoy runs, whatever. Obviously I can't get the ball all the time, but it's nice to be putting the ball in the back of the net now and then.
Had it not been for John Burridge, you might have had 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, he made a great save, actually. I think it is his legs. I thought I'd scored, actually. I thought it was in the back of the net, but I couldn't believe it when I seen it going over the top. But you know, it was about 10 minutes later when I made him in, and it went into the back of the net.
Were you disappointed by Palace?
A little bit, yeah. Obviously, I've seen them once or twice on television. They've looked a good team at home, especially. But today, a little bit disappointed. But having said that, you know, they're only a young team, and they can only have gained through experience like coming playing here.
Well, it's not very often we get the opportunity of speaking to Kenny Dalglish on the programme. And now, I would think, for the very first time on television, here's Kenny with his greatest fan. Kenny, can you first of all tell us about the goal you scored this afternoon?
I just remember the ball going up in the air and challenging with Billy Gilbert. Bounced behind the both of us, and I got my foot to it again. As he came down, I just tried to hit it. And I got deflection off one, maybe even have been 2 Crystal Palace players. But it ended up in the back of the net. It's just fortunate.
Another convincing performance by Liverpool.
Yeah, well, they hit the bar when it was 3-0 and Clymer a good save at 3-0, but I don't think they created any chances apart from that. Naturally, we're delighted to have won.
And who's this young fella here?
Well, I think it's my wee boy, Paul.
Does he come to all the games?
all the home games he comes with his mum and his sister, but I don't know if he watches much. I think
Sorry? Oh, charming. I tell you what, I can understand him better than you.
Well, from the top of the first division, we turn to the top of the second, and the game between Newcastle United and Queen's Park Rangers, who were, of course, without their manager, Tommy Docherty, who only got out of hospital on Friday. Tyne T's television cameras covered the match, Roger Tames is the commentator, and Newcastle are in the stripes.
Peter With, forced deep, finding Brownlee with a very intelligent pass. It's aimed towards Shoulder, Shoulder with a chance to lob. Oh, that's superbly done by Alan Shoulder. Well, that ball bounced awkwardly for Alan Shoulder, but he timed his lob and placed his lob to absolute perfection over Chris Woods, and it nestles in that far side of the goal. Newcastle United take the lead, 15 minutes gone, and how Bill McGarry will be delighted that this fellow Alan Shoulder convinced him that he ought to play. Shoulder trying his luck on the left-hand side. Still, that's nice control from Shanks to finally clear the ball for Rangers as they now mount this attack through Clive Allen. Goddard, and that one's in. Yes, it seemed to catch a deflection. Paul Goddard latched onto that one extremely quickly, got his shot in and seemed to get a touch on the way, and it took it out of Steve Hardwick's reach. So Paul Goddard gets the equaliser for Queen's Park Rangers with 27 minutes gone. Curry curled into the path of Glenn Roeder. Now Allen. That's for Goddard, now for Gordon Hill. And that's a goal scored by Glenn Roeder. And he looks absolutely delighted about it. Well, whoever's dog it is obviously keeps him reasonably fit. Oh, it's a fine effort from Peter With. Well, Peter With's tackle obviously took the steam out of him. And the dog gets the red card. Must be one of the first people taking off the St James's Park pitch, coloured black and white by a policeman. Play resumes now with Hibbett. And that's a goal from Peter With. Oh, what a beautiful goal. Terry Hibbett's free kick, he's delighted. And so too is Peter With. Well, he can catch dogs and he can score goals. With, this is Rafferty, but that's straight to Shanks, and Rafferty's had another go at it. And Connolly's in there. Connolly against Wicks. Cassidy. Oh, that's a superb goal from Tommy Cassidy. Oh, what a cracker. John Connolly, his close controls played a part. It came over for Tommy Cassidy, and Wacky thumped that one right in the back of the net. Barton piling in there, but piling in there unfairly on Paul Goddard. Quickly taken free kick. This is Busby. Cassidy battling away, and the crowd rising to Tommy Cassidy now. Hibbett with Cassidy. This could be dangerous. Allen for Goddard. It's an important tackle, and Cassidy's back there, but still it's not clear. And they've equalised. Now it's offside. There'll be some scenes now. Allen looks very, very disappointed. The referee blew immediately, the ball went into the net. Hibbett. Rafferty. Connolly. This is Peter With. There's a chance here if he can get his shot in. And that's number 4. And Peter With puts the lid on it for Newcastle. Terry Hibbett with this one. Cassidy. Oh, what a save from Chris Woods and what a shot from Tommy Cassidy. And there's no end to the action this afternoon.
So a win for Newcastle United, which puts them back on top of the second division. Well, now it's time for our competition snapshot.
Last week we showed you these youngsters and told you that it was the one on the right who grew up to be a professional footballer. Well, there was no arguing with the postcard from Alan Bailey of Preston that said the player shown on the photograph with me and my brother was Brian Hall. And so it was. Brian, now with Burnley, began his career with Liverpool, and so, as we hinted, is home again from Home Park, Plymouth, where he also spent a couple of seasons. T-shirts this week go to A. Evans of Fulwood, E. Reid of Blackburn, Michael White of Oswaldtwistle, Ray Rawlings of Liverpool, and Peter Charnley of Clitheroe. And once again, we've been turning the pages of a family album, so if you can guess who this is, just by way of a little help, we'll tell you that he's taken long strides back to the First Division. We'd like answers on postcards, please, to Snapshot, Kick-Off Match, Granada Television, Manchester 3. Snapshot, Kick-Off Match, Granada Television, Manchester 3. And don't forget to tell us whether you'd like a small, medium or large T-shirt.
Well, now let's take a check on the current away form of Manchester United. And although they were lying second before yesterday's game at Coventry, they still appear to be the least fancied of the top 3 clubs to actually go on and win the First Division Championship. ATV cameras covered the match, Hugh Johns is the commentator, and United are in the dark shirts.
Ferguson. Ball coming down for Hutchison. Ellis. Good try. And this ball Ferguson might still get there. Bailey gets it away. Well, that's the first real try that these two big strikers have had. Hutchison, the ball stabbed through. Wallace does tremendously well here. Wriggles away from Buchan. The shot on the turn, and Bailey did well to save it. Oh, good try. That was Gillespie. Oh. And that hit somebody as it went past the post, so it goes for another corner. Good gracious me. So here's another corner from Hunt. McDonald, no, pushing. Free kick to United. Gillespie getting the head, drops down for Mickey Thomas. Jordan, McElroy, over come to Thomas again. Got the cross in, half in anyway. McElroy. Oof. Gillespie sticks it away for the corner, and that was really a lot of hard graft by United on that far side. There's a lot of support here for United today. Here's the corner. Steve Cockle throws it back to Wilkins. There's McQueen. So close. It's where the big man gets so many important and vital goals for Manchester United. It's the corner coming in. When the ball comes back to Wilkins, we look for McQueen coming in on the far post. Wilkins has seen him. And the big man is up there with that tremendous leap, just over the bar with the header. Houston, a very powerful header, and Joe Jordan battles after it again. Looks up for support. Little ball in for McElroy to shoot. I think Sammy McElroy half changed his mind then as to whether he was going to drive it or chip it. And it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, and really was neither. McElroy in a good position here. He checks, I think, momentarily, and was at full stretch. Easy save. And referee Robinson points to the tunnel. 45 minutes of football, which registers no score on the board. I suppose the two half chances, best half chances, came to Coventry early doors, but United well in command of this game. Gillespie, Blair, Gillespie again. This is Ferguson. It's a good ball for Gillespie, he ran well. Good running by Gary Gillespie to get into that position. And Coventry come back again. Gooding feeding it off to Hunt. Wallace. McDonald. Oh. Well, that was a fractional chance there, and it came very, very quickly. Buchan, in fact, played the ball onto McDonald, and it goes away for the goal kick. Leading it for McElroy, robbed by Hutchison. Coop forward. The Queen pumps it away. Gooding now. McDonald for Wallace. And Ray Wilkins for Copple. Attacking McDonald. Trying to get to the line, and he has. Good cross. Wow. How didn't Jordan make contact with that? An offside flag has picked up Wallace here. It was a tremendous run by Steve Coppell. Takes on McDonald, beats him for pace on the outside. On the cross across the face of the goals, and it seemed that somebody had to get a touch to it. But Coventry breathe a sigh of relief. Coppell now. Wilkins down the line for Macari. Macari picks up Coppell with the throw-in. It's a foul. Over Blair on Macari. So the wee man trots away into an attacking position. Wondering if Ray Wilkins can deliver the ball in his direction. Wilkins kick, and Houghton dives and heads it away. Coppell there, or Wilkins again. McElroy going deep into the right-hand corner. Wilkins. Headed out by Ferguson, who's come back to help his defence. Coventry looking a little nervous at the moment. Macari. Wilkins driving in. Pressure on Coop. Jimmy Nichol. Macari, a dummy. Oh, well done. Here's Nichol again. And there's the goal from Gordon McQueen. Gordon McQueen back in the side, out for 6 games. A daddy during the week. And Big Daddy Gordon McQueen gets the goal. That was a beautiful return ball, and Nichol did it right. Straight across the face of the goals. Far side is Gordon McQueen, and plants it in the roof of the net. 13 minutes, unlucky 13 minutes into the second half for Coventry. And Gordon McQueen, 1-0, Man U. Ferguson back for Gooding. Hunt looking for the cross for Ferguson. This ball will come to Hutchison. Good looking cross the far post. Well, that was unbelievable. That very nearly was an equaliser. Tommy Hutchison floats this one deep to the far post. Gary Bailey under pressure. And on the line, Jimmy Nichol saves the situation. Tried it for the near post. Stevie Hunt still trying to break his duck. He too, a father during the week. It's very much Father's Day here at Highfield Road. And he would have loved to have broken his duck this season with this shot, but it's side netting. Blair for Coventry, and it was McQueen that came in. Jordan. Thomas. Into the corner for Macari. Turning against Gillespie. The cross. Oh, an open goal chance for Coppell. Oh, he holds his Hands to his head. That was a beautiful bit of skill by Lou Macari down here. Scrapes it away from Gillespie. Chips this ball across the face of the goals, and Steve Coppell completely unmarked. And his header, oh, so wide. Tommy Hutchison. There's a fine header out by Houston. Here's Gillespie. Coop. Ferguson. The touch on to Hunt. Well played, Bailey. Now the save his dad would have been proud to have made. Great courage as Ferguson helps that ball on, and it's one-on-one. Bailey with two men coming at him, goes right to their feet. Nicol. Jordan. A couple. Getting to the line again, it is so dangerous. There's the cross, and there's the goal. What a beauty. Lou Macari. Oh, yes. Couple getting tight to the line. And this goal will wrap this game up. I'm pretty sure about that. Looking for little Lou Macari to come bustling in. Ping the header. Beautiful goal. Lou Macari, his 9th goal of the season, puts 2-0 up for Manchester United. Come back from the dead here. It really will be a tremendous performance. Goes Gillespie. Martin Buchan doing his job very well. That's Wilkins winning the ball back for United and sweeping it off to Jordan. Jordan taking on Holton, through him, the ball in for Coppell, didn't control it. Ball skidded a bit as it came to Steve Coppell. Seemingly very much a lost cause for Coventry City. Hutchison. Ferguson trying to get there and did! And scores! Well, what a goal! Vic Ferguson pulls one back. Coventry come alive. The skills of Tommy Hutchison. He was unable to lift balls in the first half. Drops that one up for Ferguson. Remarkable glancing header. Bailey off his line, got a touch, but couldn't stop it going in the net.
So a fine win for United, who keep up the pressure on Liverpool at the top of the First Division. Well, I'm sure you'll agree, we've seen some pretty good goals on the programme this afternoon, but the one that really excited Anfield, Liverpool's second against Crystal Palace, the scorer, Kenny Dalglish.